Alright, I want to welcome everyone to our final chapter here in Final Fantasy II, the first complete Final Fantasy game of our FF Eras tour that we begun a few weeks ago. I had to split the last part into 2 episodes for good reason, because the last few dungeons tend to get kind of long, and we're going through them like one after the other. So I've done some off-screen grinding. Obviously, we have Leon back in our party. I gave him some magic. I did not level up his magic. Instead, we will be using the wand/WE mod software to maximize our magic XP so that he can kind of passively level that up as we go. However, I did end up putting Ultima on Guy instead, and max that out. So we got a powerful spell if we need to use it. But our main focus today is to just get through the story and see how our journey ends. Of course, the OG party of 4 now going into the Jade Passage en route to Pandemonium, the final dungeon in the game. So back-to-back dungeons here on episode 9, the final episode of FF2 on our FF Eras tour. Descending into Hell. And off we go. I have also, by the way, purchased many pieces of equipment, items, consumables, things like that. So we shouldn't have any problem. All right. Let's see. There's going to be a lot of treasure here that we're going to want to get to. Oh, we're already getting ambushed by a Malboro. This is great. I did max out all of Leon's weapon levels. I'm going to have him concentrate on maybe getting some of his magic up as well. Which, by the way, I don't think I did this, but let's just do a sanity check on our weapons. So we got Excalibur on Furion plus a diamond shield. We're going to have the Sunblade on Maria plus a diamond shield. We're going to have the healing staff. Oh, I don't like that. Let's can we do let's do the Thunder Spear instead, because it's an actual weapon, and a diamond shield, and then Defender, and which this is your... We'll have to be messing with this a little bit, I think. Where's the Defender at? Okay, that looks good. Let's continue on. Obviously, we're getting a ton of gil that we have no real purpose for. There's a diamond mace. So we'll see. Is that... Oh, this is actually probably better than a lot of the weapons we have. So I think we go Sunblade, and then we do Thunder Spear, and we leave everything else the same. Seems pretty good. Okay, let's keep heading out. We see a lot of spiky walls in here. Quite a design choice. I was gonna say, I unequipped someone. Oh, Cyclone 13, no. That looked painful. Okay, Leon's teleport has leveled up. That's what we want. Okay, I thought maybe someone was using their fists. I'm like, why? We got all these great weapons. Let's go around to the side here. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Wow, Drain 16 cast right there. Yikes. Indeed, yikes. But Leon's magic is leveling up. That's good. In fact, it's leveling up so much, we're gonna have to swap out to another spell. Maybe he'll try Drain if he gets a chance here. So basically, every time he casts a spell, it will level up. So you'll see me trying to cast multiple spells for him for no good reason. I mean, we're pretty much at the end of the game. We don't need to max anything out. There's no real incentive for us to do that. It's just kind of fun. And then we got Hellfire. And then we're going to go to this door over here. And we're ambushed by the Chimera Sphinx. One hit takes him out. We're going to need to give Leon some ether. We have tons of this, so that he can continue to cast magic, because, you know, we want to give him the opportunity. We haven't had him like the entire game, so I didn't fill up his thing with spells, but I gave him a lot of spells. Alright, Jade Passage, first floor complete. Let's head down to the first basement. And I think we want to go up to the northwest corner first. White Dragon, you say? Couldn't be a problem, right? We're so over leveled. Just put him to sleep, it'll be fine. Oh, Ice Storm 16, that's gonna smart. $15,000 gil. What are we gonna do with all that? We can't do anything with it. We got salamanders here. Go ahead and use blind. And we got a hellfire here. Let's head to the east now. I see another delicious looking chest. We'll see if we can fire off a spell here. Oh, another Cyclone 13. These guys are tough, man. And this is the next to last dungeon. This ain't even the last one yet. So we gotta be careful here. For sure. We're getting spells leveled up, though. We're having a great time. Another White Dragon. Shouldn't be an issue. See if Leon wants to get a spell off. Okay, we got an Antarctic Wind. It looks like there's a chest in the southwest corner, so let's go there. Oh, an Abyss Worm. Probably going to be better if I just focus on one spell at a time. We'll see. We're probably not going to even get into that many battles to where it's worth it. We have monsters coming out here. Okay. It's a blue dragon. Oh, we're ambushed. Oh, yikes. Okay. That was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's see how this goes. This guy's got thousands of hit points, so... We did cast Barrier. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Didn't look like it did very much. Probably Wall would have been better. Rare to see a battle go 3 rounds in this day and age. Alright. And behind there, cat claws. So that's going to be another another great weapon. Not as good as the diamond mace, maybe, but better than the sunblade, apparently. So we'll throw that out there. And then let's see. There's a couple ways we could go. I think we want to go to the east. We'll have Leon work on his swap spell. And that's leveled up, and we move on to the next floor. No, wait, hold on. We went into the wrong door, my friends. This is what happens when we don't pay attention. I'm sorry to have led you here into one of the many trapdoors that we've done a pretty good job of avoiding. Yeah, I completely... Alright, yeah, we want to go all the way up. We want to go in the northeast, John. That's where we need to be. Alright, so let's just keep working on that. Actually, holy might be a good... Let's buff that up. Let's level that. Alright, now we're cooking. Oh, there's going to be a lot of doorways here. Okay, I think we just got to follow this path. I don't think we want to get into these doors, it sounds like. Might have to start, like, using some of my, dipping into some of my consumables, like potions and such. I think that's probably a good idea, maybe. We should have a ton, like, yeah. At least get some of this HP back. And let's see, we want to go up and around. I'll keep working on Holy. That seems like a good spell to level up for Leon here. I mean, I was messing around with the Ultima. We'll definitely use it on some bosses. At level 16, Ultima is just, it's absolute insanity. So we're going to want to see that in action, but like, I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's going to be a big number. And a lot of these treasure chests that we're going to encounter are going to be guarded by monsters, like specific to those chests. So we're going to have to work for some of these. That means there's going to be plenty of opportunities to be busting out the Ultima magic. And honestly, here might have been a good play because we don't want these guys casting bad breath. It looks like we're going to be okay, but maybe getting a little bit too relaxed with just doing auto battle here. Salamander, ambush. They'll take a beverage break here. Man, these enemies are tanky. These are some freaking tanks, bro. Take it. And now we have a, I guess, a mini boss battle. Oh, shit. Okay. What's this dude weak to? Poison. Well, let's go ahead and poison the crap out of him. And then I will also go ahead and cast Ultima. And then just for fun, let's cast Holy. Everyone's going to use magic. We're going to see Ultima for the first time. Ultima 16. All 9s. Incredible. Alright. And we got a what the hell is a power sash and a rune axe? Alright. Time for everyone to get naked again. Okay, so rune axe, okay. So we have our, what looks like our 4 go-to weapons here. I mean, the blood sword is powerful too, just so you know. Let me check out, I think. Let's take a look at some stuff here. I think we're getting close to a secret area. Looks like we need to give Leon some ether. And, okay, we see someone standing there. We're going to go talk to them. Believe this is going to be a shop. So let's see what they got for us. They got a Death Tome, a Berserk Tome, a Haste Tome, and a Flare Tome. We definitely want a Haste and a Flare for Maria. And I think we want a Death one, and probably a Berserk one for Leon, if I'm being honest. So let's do this. I mean, we could sell stuff here, but it wouldn't matter. Okay. Let's use some high potions here. Okay, now that we've done that, let's go ahead and figure out which door. I think we went the one all the way on the right, as long as we survive this battle, that is, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and start casting Flare. Cast Flare. Cast Flare. Okay, and Holy, just to kind of level these up, because these will be good spells once they're, you know, at a high enough point for us to do some stuff with it. And that way everyone... Because I think, what's his face? Furion already has a Flare spell leveled up. And obviously, Guy has Ultima, and if we could get Holy for Leon, that's 2 Flares, a Holy, and an Ultima. I think that's a pretty good setup. Not to mention a lot of the other things that we've been kind of working on, so... We'll just keep that, we'll keep going down that path. And let's go into this door here. That's going to lead us back down another set of steps. Let them level up their magic a bit while we just chat and idle. All right. So we got one chest out here wide open. Cool, gotta watch out for the mega parasites. They're in the lettuce. They're causing the diarrhea. Is that still a thing? I don't think those are actually parasites, though. Those are just some kind of virus or bacteria. Whatever it is. I really eat Taco Bell, so... There's a Betrayal Fang. Let's go through this doorway. We're actually going to go into a couple of these, believe it or not. Ooh, Vampire Lady. Let's flare. Oh, the Holy's looking holy. A lot of damage being done there. Probably a good time to get some ethers out for some people. Mainly you, Leon, because you're still trying to catch up here. 3 chests. We got an Aegis Shield, Dragon Armor, and a Holy Lance. So this is, again, let's get everyone nude. Love the optimization mechanic, because I don't have to think, and we just trust that it's like Wikipedia. We just trust it. Oh, Aegis Shield. We actually wanted that on, we would have normally put that on Furion, but you know what? It's fine. Alright, that'll keep everyone good there. Oh, Chimera Sphinx. I would have thought that would have been a little bit more damage, but whatever. Tell me Holy 13 or whatever we got it up to is not enough for these guys. Another chest in the northeast corner. A lot of vampire ladies. What is this, a goth nightclub here? We'll take it. Where's your flare is leveled up to what right now? 7. Leon's Holy's at 13. We got a monster. Oh, red dragon. Okay. Yeah, let's keep hammering away at it. No need to get crazy yet. Actually, yeah. Tempted to throw Ultima at it, not gonna lie. And honestly, probably will, because these spells don't seem to be doing all the damage that I want. Oh, that's gonna be, that's gonna sting a little bit. Yeah, let's cast Flare 16 and Flare 7 and Ultima 16. and Holy 13. Ultima 16 will take care of it pretty easy. Alright, and then we get dragon armor and a Yoichi bow, which is pretty good. So once again, everyone strip down. And we'll see what we want to do here. Aegis shield. Diamond shield. Okay, you're not going to have a shield because you're using the bow. We like that. And then, diamond shield. Okay. Ooh. Alright, we want to head into the southeastern door. Heck, I'd just say we multicast it here. Oh, look at that bow. Very nice. We got a sign here. It says, "The way ahead leads to a forsaken place. It exists for those who may one day tread its darkened path." Okay. Let's not fall in the pit. And that should level up Leon's Holy fully. So now I'll probably have him focus on his weapons, which those are maxed out too, but we will continue to get Maria's flare up, but I'm going to single cast it. It's time to see what Leon can do on the actual weapons here. We haven't done much with them in that sense yet. Okay, that levels up flare again. We'll grab these chests on the way. Such a great animation. The magic animations at the higher levels are really cool. A lot of people never get to see them because unless you're using mods or cheats, it takes forever to level this stuff up. There's a protect ring. Kind of surprised that we're not automatically putting that on. That's okay. We like this setup better. We got to be getting close to the end of the Jade Passage here, right? One would think. Okay, we got all 3 chests in this room, and now we just got to run to the door. One more battle with Flare should cast that up to 16. And now we're on B6. Alright, I think I got everyone's magic leveled up to an appropriate amount. Probably going to be relying heavily on attacks. We'll bust out Ultima and other spells as needed. Are you ready for some pandemonium? Because we're about to enter it. We're going to step on that tile, and we're going to head into the final dungeon of the game. You thought this was fun. Just wait, there's more. And we are here. This is the Castle of Hell, Pandemonium. I do like the design of this place, but we're going to be here for a little bit. So, alright, we need to go south. And, this tunnel actually goes through. You'll see what looks like a tunnel on the south side of the wall on the south side of this closure. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I see what we need to do. This can be very confusing, so we want to just be careful here. And we're going to want to grab every chest that we see, because there's going to be some good ones. Probably would be a good idea. Oh, gold hairpin, nice. It's going to be a good idea to get everyone healed up as best as we can. We have plenty of consumables, so. Oh, a mantis devil. The enemies are so tanky. So tanky in this dungeon. I mean, we got some good weapons and some maxed out stats, but it's still, like, a little bit grindy here. Little bit grindy. And we're gonna head up these steps. We're gonna have to take the long way around, I think, on a lot of these floors. It's gonna be a little frustrating, as far as we're gonna have a lot of random encounters we gotta deal with. Maybe more so than in any other dungeon, including the Jade Passage that we were just at. Look at this. They're just dropping shit ton of gil. Like, we have 300,000. We got 45,000 just from that battle. And obviously, there's not much for us to spend it on because we're kind of stuck here past the point of what I would call no return. I don't think there's, like, any, like, random shops in here, but what the hell do I know? It's been a minute since I've played this game. Probably about 4 years, so. I love the color scheme of this dungeon, though. It's really cool. The blue and pink, just sick. Let's see. Yeah, we want to grab that chest. We have a mithril golem. Oh, he's going to take a lot of. This is going to be like an Ultima candidate. Doesn't really matter what spell we use because they're all going to cost the same amount at this point. So I have no shame in using Ultima to get rid of some enemies if we need to. I mean, that's, you know, half the game was about us trying to find this thing, so I have no problem just casting it where needed. It's a shame you can't teach it to everybody because there's only one scroll, but I guess that's what makes it cool. We'll just have to keep an eye on our magic. Oh, we got another Thunder Spear. Ether there, and we're going to want to go into that warp I see over there. So let's head down these steps and around. Preemptive strike on a curl. One of these killed us last episode, so they can one-hit KO you, I think. I think they have the death status that they can potentially afflict you with when they actually hit you, so that can be kind of shitty. $33,000 gil just for that fight. Like, that's craziness. A lot of Lamias here. Got them all out in one. 20,000 gil for us. And yeah, we want to go up these steps and onto the warp pad. Alright, let's go grab this chest first. Oh wow, there's a ton of these. We're gonna have to be busting out Ultima even more often than I thought. What if we multicast this? Is it still gonna do all 9s? We might be just multicasting Ultima from here on out, if so. Oh, that's still pretty good. Okay, we got an elixir in here. Okay, we need to go down that way, so we need to go back around. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of backtracking. It's a long freaking dungeon. Luckily, we have the luxury of this nice little map feature, which was not present in the original game, so. How you like that? Take this! Alright. Oh, I can just go south and east. It'll be easier than going up all the way around. I don't want to do that. Welcome to the fourth floor. We got 4 different paths ahead of us. So we're gonna... These are all gonna lead us somewhere. Some to treasure. And then one will actually be the logical progression out of here, which will be the 3rd door. But we want to take every other door first. Okay. Luckily, we can use the warp here. Some nice new enemies we're seeing here. Alright, I think we got our first chest up here. Let's see what's inside. It's monsters. It is... Hey, it's Zombie Borgin! We remember this guy. Let's cast Ultima. Alright, what is he gonna give us? The Genji gloves. Ooh, okay. Now we're talking. Definitely gonna switch up some stuff there. And let's see, we want to head to... how's it say to go... Okay. Go back to the stairs tunnel junction you were just at. Go along the tunnel-bound path, and it will wind to the northeast corner. Yeah. Okay, so we want to go up around here. Keep following this around. Ooh, we got a mithril golem. Time for a little Ultima magic. Take care of these guys in a hurry. Now, there is a hidden room that we have to go into, I believe, to get the best weapon in the game. Well, no Gil there. As you can see there, it's the Masamune. And we don't even need to fight anyone to get it. I say that now, but let's go ahead and swap our equipment again. Okay. Now, we're done here, so let's see. Can I cast Warp? We'll see if this where this takes me. Perfect. Okay. Let's see how these new weaponry affects everyone and new equipment. Oh, he took a big old bite of damage there. All right, and then this is going to take us over to this other piece of equipment that we missed. So this is the same room that we were just in. Absolutely beautiful. And yeah, we still want to keep going down here through these two tunnels. Let's use some high potions here. Would be good. Ooh, devil wolves. I think we saw these already, actually. I'm afraid of no devil wolf. Alright, let's open up this treasure chest, and we got... Oh, Tiamat. Okay. I'm gonna guess he's probably weak to thunder. No weaknesses, it says. Okay. Well, you know what we're gonna do. Cast Ultima. Very nice. See what it dropped. The Phoenix down and the Genji helm. Well, of course we're going to equip that. Now we can warp back to the previous dungeon. The third door is going to progress us, so we don't want to go there yet. We want to go to the fourth door. We're just cutting through these guys now with no hesitation whatsoever. This is another linear path that's going to take us... it's another long walk, of course. It's not going to be easy to get to, but there is another chest waiting for us, and we're going to want to grab it, because why wouldn't we? This is a pretty linear path to get to this one. It's just a long one. Oh, wait, never mind. It's right up here. The other one, I don't think we can get to yet. Beelzebub. Okay. He looks interesting. Let's cast Ultima on him. Alright. Take that. And you're gonna drop the Genji armor. Probably the best armor in the game. Next to, of course, the dragon armor, which, you know, we have on a lot of our guys. Alright, so we'll warp back to the previous floor. Take time to pop a save here. Never hurts to save, you know what I'm saying? Never hurts to save. Alright, now this is going to take us back into the room yet again. We will get that other treasure chests, but of course we have to take the long way. I know what everyone's thinking, like, what's the next Final Fantasy game gonna be? Are you gonna start one immediately? Yes. First of all, yes. And I would just say that you'll see what it is when you see it. I think I said last time I have it narrowed down to 2. That's still the case. But we'll wait and see. We have almost 700,000 gil right now. Alright, let's open this up, and we got another monster. Okay, yeah, we don't want to mess with him, so we're just going to cast Ultima. Because you know he's going to have something good. And now we have the ribbon, which I believe is a... Yeah, it's a... I think it protects you from, like, status effects. At least it typically does, or maybe it's instant death, or maybe that's the pro ring does that. Doesn't matter. We don't need any of these things. We're just grabbing them for completion purposes. Anyway, let's continue on into Pandemonium. We've got so much great equipment. 2007, that was a good year. And down here to the warp pad we go. I wonder if we're going to start seeing some, like, themed floors here, like we do at the end of some Final Fantasies where they start theming them around the elements. I only say that because we got these fire ones that come up here. Alright, now we're on the other side of this finally, and we can actually go up the warp pad to the next floor. Finally! Nice, nice, nice. Alright, we're on the 7th floor now. Holy shit. Wow, alright. Oh, we're paralyzed. That doesn't stay after battle though, so we can go through there. Alright, we got the Sage's Wisdom. Where's our next warp pad? Oh, we gotta go all the way around there? Are you kidding me? These are some long-ass floors. Yeah, and, like, we have the advantage of being able to do quick saves. Like, in the OG game, like, you had to, like, when you went through the Jade Passage, like, you pretty much had to continue all the way through this. There was no quick save feature, no save state bullshit. Like, you were going in. Final Fantasy 2 and especially Final Fantasy 3 have some just really hard ending sequences. I think Final Fantasy 3's is a little bit worse, actually, but this one's pretty bad, especially if you know, run into one of those difficulty spikes like I've mentioned, where if you don't level up enough, even over-leveled to the maximum, like we are, you know, some of these battles are not trivial. Whereas in almost any other Final Fantasy game, if you were juiced to this level, your characters, you would be flying through these fights even quicker than we are right now. But I think that's what makes this game so fascinating, is the whole leveling up and combat system of it. It's not a black and white thing, it's more shades of gray, if that makes sense. Look at the dude's dropping boulders on us. They're trying to self-destruct. That ain't happening. Alright, let's head into the warp thing and see what our next floor is. I think we probably want that chest down there. And now we're just going to start encountering these damn dragons out in the wild, which is pretty wild. I'm saying the word wild a lot. I gotta stop that. He said it like 3 times. Okay, we got some hellfire there. And then, oh, we gotta go all the way back up there. Okay. Fair enough. We want to grab everything. I told you it was going to take a while to do all this. This is why we split this up into a couple episodes. And even then, we're still going really fast. I would also say we're probably getting close to where we've gotten all the chests. Like, we are getting close to the end here. So we think. Alright, there's an acid file. And then I think we just want to go east to this next area. We got a preemptive on the blue dragon, and he really has a high defense rating to be able to withstand some of these first wave of attacks like that. And he just dropped some dragon armor, which I think everyone has it except for our main character who's got the Genji, so that's cool. Alright. Welcome to the 9th floor. This is a very tall tower. Down here with Thunder Gigas. Okay. Give him the juice. Alright, welcome to the 10th floor. Does it look different enough for you? It does for me. Let's go ahead and do one last check of everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and optimize. Now, what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna take out the Masamune and I'm gonna go Blood Sword for you. Or hold on. Optimal. Yeah. I'm gonna put the Aegis Shield. You're gonna have the Blood Sword. Because I think this boss is like weak to it. And then we'll go ahead and get everyone else amped up here. Time for some ethers, some potions. We'll hold off on the elixirs. This is going to be trivial, right? One more quick save. Alright, I think we're ready for this. It's been a long road getting from there to here. But we are here at the top of Castle Pandemonium. Let's go fight this dude. It's the Emperor. He says, "You've braved the bowels of hell to reach me. But the hand of man, which deals in false justice and forsaken love, can never hope to defeat the Lord Master of Hell." And here we are in a battle. So let's treat this like an actual final battle and not just go through it like willy-nilly. What would I like to do? First, we're going to start casting some protective spells on us. We're going to cast Blink, Protect. What else do we want to do here? Probably Aura. And then, I would say, we don't really have these set up very well, but we are going to cast them all. Doesn't matter. And he misses. Alright, let's cast some haste. I think we're going to also cast Berserk on everyone. Then we'll use Ultima here, and then I think we're good to... Actually, no, we'll use Wall. We're really just going to give ourselves every freaking advantage we can. Like, every single one. Like, we should be going crazy. Now, we're going to use Ultima on this guy. And now I think we're at the point where we can just start attacking. He just cast Starfall 10. Which, even with all those buffs, still did pretty crazy chunk of damage. Let's cast Ultima again. As you can see there, the Blood Sword he's weak to. Actually, wow. Okay, so we killed him in 2 hits, basically. Right? Is he dead? Wow. Some Emperor you were. I thought we were here in the bowels of hell. I thought this was going to be a lot crazier than it was. The final boss fights won't always be this easy. Unbelievable. Defeated by insects like you not once but twice. Who are you? He asks. And then he screams in agony as we banish him to hell. Or, I guess we're already in hell, supposedly. So, I don't know where he's going. Some kind of interdimensional void. Anyway, Furion says it's done. Now let's get out of here. Like, how do you get out of here? Is the question. Like, they made it sound so easy. Like, oh, let's just get out of here. Let's get out of hell. We're walking out of hell. The Doom games, it's not that easy. That's what the whole game's about, trying to get out of hell. Anyway, Hilda said, it's finally over, isn't it? It was a long struggle, but with the Emperor gone, we've nothing left to fear. I don't see us having a dancing party this time, like we did when you thought it was over last episode. But okay. She says, thank you. With all my heart, I thank you. Gordon, Mr. Emo himself, says, with the combined strength of Kashuan and Finn, we will build the kingdom anew. This is the first thing of any confidence he said this entire game. Together, Princess, we will create a kingdom even fairer than the old. Though once a coward, I now stand here a new man. Dude, you were a coward like this entire game. I don't think you just did a 180 on us. He says, I have all of you to thank for that. You've my deepest gratitude. And then I'm sure Scott is smiling down on me from above. Yeah, dude, he was trying to move in on your girl, bro. Paul says, look at you. Do you realize what you've done? Who am I supposed to steal from with the Empire gone? You put me out of a job. I guess I'll just have to start stealing from you. Better watch your backs. Is he joking? What an asshole. He wasn't joking. And then Layla, another person we can't exactly trust, says, you sure showed him, Furion. You're every bit the bloke I pegged ye for. Pegged, okay. If you ever feel like trying your hand at pirating... Oh, that doesn't sit well with you, Maria, she says. Looks like your next battle's already begun, Furion. So she's implying that, you know, those two are going to have a lot of arguments and bickering as a couple. And then Nellie says, you did it. I'm sure my dad's happy for you two up there above the clouds. I'm going to be working here serving the princess. I want to do whatever I can to help out. And then Joseph just kind of fades behind her like a ghost. Pretty interesting. Hilda says, we must now dedicate ourselves to the task of restoring what was lost. Farewell. Words cannot express my gratitude to you all. Now notice that Leon is standing in the corner by himself, maybe a little bit ashamed. Guy, in one of 5 lines he has in the entire game, says, war finally over. And Furion just says yes. And Maria says, we can all live in peace again together. right, Leon. Again, Leon's her brother. He says there could be no going back, not for all of us. And she asks, but why? And pleads for him not to go and for Furion to stop him. And he says, Leon is right. We've been through too much. I can't stop him. Not now. But we will meet again. And, you know, these Final Fantasy games, by the way, as we see the ghosts of Sid, Joseph, Minwu, Ricard, all appearing there. There's no direct continuity in the storylines between these. So, like, the cliffhanger of, will we ever see Leon again? It's not like we're going to find out in Final Fantasy 3. It's just, that's just how it ends. Furion says, well, we should be going too. This is only the beginning. There's no continuity. Like Final Fantasy 3 has nothing to do with this. So, you know. Anyway, their long struggle was finally at an end. The Emperor. Pandemonium. Monsters plaguing the world. And all had vanished without a trace. Peace had returned once more. The wounds of the war would mend. And the memory of those bitter days would fade. So now we're getting a retrospective of everything. But one thing would never be forgotten. That a band of young heroes once saved the world. That was us. We did that. They're talking about us. To the fans across the globe, both past and present, and to the crew who brought the originals to life, we offer our profound and heartfelt thanks. Yeah, because this is the Pixel remaster, obviously. And for a lot of people, probably their first experience with Final Fantasy II. Again, a polarizing game in the series. It's really the first kind of really story-driven Final Fantasy. It laid the foundation for a lot to come with, you know, some of these tropes like chocobos and Sids and all that stuff. But they never again did revisit the kind of crazy leveling system in this, which you can find that's kind of more like a Skyrim type leveling system, of, as I've mentioned before. But it is kind of a bittersweet ending because, you know, obviously we spent the entirety of the game trying to get reunited with Leon, who is one of our core group, only to find out that he had basically turned against not just us, but the entire world. And even though his redemption arc, he helped us kill the Emperor at the end, you know, he had been a part of so much destruction. It's just like the Darth Vader thing. It's very Star Wars-esque, the plot of Final Fantasy II. You know, I would argue in some ways Final Fantasy did it better because I'm a huge fan. But yeah, that was the first in our journey here on FF Eras as the credit rolls with many names that I'm not even going to begin to try to pronounce, but that worked very hard on this game over the years, that we're very appreciative of. The question becomes, what next? Stay tuned. There will be a new FF Eras episode in the next few days, and it will be a different Final Fantasy game. It will be a mainline Final Fantasy game. It will not be a spin-off. Would I do spin-offs as part of this series? Maybe. Not my first plan. I would like to do the mainline ones, but we'll see. If there's an appetite out there for the other ones, then certainly we would do that as well. I am glad that I split this up into 2 episodes because it looked like it needed it. It took us an hour just to get through those. And I mean, again, we were very, very leveled up. Could you imagine grinding this out like on the original, well, not NES, but Famicom version? You would be spending 2.5 hours getting through these dungeons easy, with like no save in between them. Yeah, they really made these games a lot easier and a lot better with the quality of life upgrades that they did for these first 6 games, especially this one, and number 3 as well. We got the freaking merchandising division here. We got the PC business division. I was kind of hoping there would be a little bit more in the epilogue there about like what happens to Leon, because again, as I said, there's no continuity between the games, so like it's not like we revisit and like Final Fantasy, like, you know, 6 or whatever. It's like, oh, there's Leon from Final Fantasy 2. Like, what's he been up to? Is he come to terms with the mass genocide he tried to commit in Final Fantasy 2 yet, or what's going on? Like, we don't get that closure. And honestly, the story in this, since it is kind of derivative and somewhat weak, I don't think that these characters are necessarily very memorable. I mean, Furion as a leader doesn't have much of a personality. Maria's just kind of there. I would argue that Guy's probably the most interesting just because he doesn't talk much, and when he does, it's clear that he can't put a sentence together, but he can talk to animals. So by default, he just becomes the most interesting member of the core party. I would probably argue that some of the supporting characters like Minwoo, especially, and Layla are better designed and thought out characters. I don't think that Furion is a particularly strong protagonist when you look at the totality of the series, because every game's going to have one, you know? And people are going to have their favorites, but I don't see a lot of people out there saying, yeah, Furion's my favorite Final Fantasy lead character and Final Fantasy 2 is my favorite game. Like, if someone says this to you, you need to question their sanity, because this is a challenging game to get into. It is not one that I would recommend for your first time playing this series. Even like, this is like, you have to have a few Final Fantasies under your belt to be willing to stomach this, I think. And I've luckily gotten to a point where I appreciate this, I think, more than most people. But it's a tough sell. Final Fantasy 2 is a tough sell. And you know what? I don't want to say it's a bad game, because it's not. It's just probably the worst Final Fantasy game. But it is also ambitious at the same time. Like, they do some things that, you know, set the tone for future games, and also some things that just didn't work, but they tried. And, you know, a lot of the newer games that come out, whether it be Final Fantasy or another franchise, sometimes they're just not trying as hard, man. So, like, you got to appreciate the effort here. And I will always applaud them for kind of going in the opposite direction from Final Fantasy 1 with this one and trying something new. I mean, if you really think about it, back in the day, the Nintendo era, a lot of these games, the sequels, were vastly different than the original. Mario 2, like, we know what happened with that. Zelda 2 was way different. Castlevania 2 was way different. So yeah, of course Final Fantasy 2 is going to be different than 1. And then, of course, when they went to the third game, and in each case, they kind of went back to the formula. Like, the second game was like the one you experiment with. Like the sophomore slump, maybe, you know, or just maybe doing something a little bit different. A lot of people worked on this game. I'm sure that this is including, like, people that I haven't really been paying attention, but it's probably, you had the people that worked on the original game, you had the people who then ported this over multiple times. This is not the first time this game's been remade, so I think it's like Madden. You're just layering more and more stuff on top of it every year. The first 2 Final Fantasy games have been remade a million times, and I think Square Enix, what they were trying to do with this is be like, okay, this is the definitive version of games 1 through 6. Like, we're not doing any more of these remakes. Like, this is it. This is the definitive version of these. And I applaud them for doing that, because it was getting to be a little bit confusing to explain to people, like, this is the one you want to play. Like, this is the version of Final Fantasy 2 you want to play if you want to play Final Fantasy 2. There's actually versions of this game, like the PSP version, the Nintendo DS, or I'm sorry, Game Boy Advance version, that actually have bonus dungeons and other stuff, like, that has more content. When they did the Pixel remasters a few years ago, they stripped away all that bonus content that they had added over the years and just basically kept the core game. And that upset a lot of people, but, like, it makes sense to me, right? I don't know. How many more people we got? I want everyone to see who worked on this game, so I'm not going to cut this short, but This is excessive. This is ridiculous. And we couldn't switch up the music here. Couple songs. Schlogel, the PR manager. We got Schlogel. It is crazy how many people work on these. Look at this. And there's all these different regional things too. This has been translated and localized a bazillion times. So, I mean, they're all going to be in here too. What about #1 Final Fantasy fan, John Wyatt Edgar? Is that in here? Maximilian Horn? That actually sounds like the name of a boss, like in this game. Come on, guys, I want to go to bed. Drinking a Kentucky bourbon barrel over here. This is the milk stout. It's I don't know. These milk stouts, putting lactose in beers. What are we doing here? Like, it's just weird. It's strong. It's roasty. It's got a decent flavor, but like I couldn't drink more than one of these. Like, I don't care if I ever have this again. You know what I mean? And I'm a fan of Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. They do some great stuff. Okay, we know we're getting close because we're into the special thanks. Like, you and I both know that when you get into a credit sequence and the special thanks come up, like, we're getting close to the end. And then we start seeing the logos. Cryware, like, they did the port. We're starting to get here. And now we're getting the producers. We're going to get that copyright screen here pretty soon. Yeah. Oh, we got the company logo, the big one, Square Enix right there, or as we used to say, Square Anus. And do we have a post-credits sequence? Like, that would be cool, like where they're all just hanging out, like in a hot tub or something. No, just the end. Okay. Well, there you have it, our journey through Final Fantasy II. And we're going to save our completed game data, which will save progress up to the final boss. Yeah, that's fine. We can return to the title screen, and we can call it right there. We will see you again on this series very soon. Whoops, I clicked on Doom for a second there. Check out the This Old Doom series as well, but we'll see you next time. More Final Fantasy to come, and thanks for joining me on the FF Eras Tour. This is just the first stop. Stop. First stop. And then I click the stop button. Let's try it again. First stop.